Hello and good morning once again. You are tuned in to The Encourager, and my name is Nehru. I hope you're doing good today. Today is an awesome day. It is 11/11, and so first I want to definitely honor our men and women that voluntarily, or if you were drafted, served our country with pride. You were honorably discharged, and you honored the rank, and you honored the branch that you are in. If you were a sorry soldier, or you went AWOL and you were kind of a pissant when you were in the military, it's not for everyone, right? And but thank you for being willing. If you did voluntarily take that step and you just found out that it didn't work for you, thank you for being willing to at least take that step, because millions enjoy the freedoms that we enjoy here, but refuse to contribute to that. And that's not a guilt trip or anything. There's obviously many reasons why people do not serve in the physical military, whether it's health reasons or there are weight regulations, so perhaps the weight just couldn't be done away with in time, or what have you. Who knows? Maybe that just wasn't your desire, and that's okay. You can still honor the country, obviously, and the men and women who serve in it. I am an 8-year veteran. I served the U.S. Army 8 years, 95, March 29th, to be exact, of 1995 until February 24th of 2003. And so very thankful for the time that I served, and I am a hardcore red, white, and blue patriot, because that's where I am this lifetime. And so I'm not going to be I don't agree with, obviously, many of the choices that the people who lead this country today make, right? But, however, that has nothing to do with me being an honorable service member. And so to you who've been an honorable service member, and your DD 214 speaks of exemplary service, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I love you for that. I love you generally as with agape love, but thank you, because it's not an easy job, no matter what your MOS or military occupational specialty was. So thank you. I honor you today, and if no one else does, if you don't hear from anyone else on YouTube, you've heard it from me for sure. So today is a marked day. It's 11/11/7, so 11117. That's extremely important for those of us who are familiar with synchronicities. Every day is important, right? Tomorrow is 11/12. That's order, right? It's all important. Every breath, all of it. It's all important. Look at that view today. See the mountains, right? So much to be thankful for, regardless of where you are, where you find yourself, right? We all have challenges, and that's what life's job is to help us to become the highest, purest, truest versions of ourselves possible. Another mountain shape there. Kind of down the road, if you can see that. And so that is life's job, is to help us to become that highest, truest, purest form of ourselves. Because life is most high. Life is the air, the pneuma, the breath, and so that is all knowing. So that knows exactly the path that you should take when you are birthed here this lifetime and any other lifetime, right? And so with that, in a lot of cases, there should, or not a lot of cases, most cases, that's not reassurance, but in every case, that should be reassurance. It should be reassurance that, hey, no matter what comes my way, I know I'm protected. But in order to do that, you have to get out of the psychological and religious mindset and environments, people, right? It's tough to cut off friends. You know, if you want to walk a path that is illuminated by you and your aura, your vibe, your energy, right? Your internal energy. If you want to, then, as I say, isolation's necessary for a period in time, and your cutoff game needs to be strong. Okay? So for me, for a long time, what that looked like was being an overgiver, because I was compensating for the lack of attention that I, as a child, believe I should have been receiving, specifically from the sperm donor. And again, whether or not he actually is, we'll find out when everything comes out in the wash, as they say. Yeah. So that guy in the background is like, hey, over here. So somebody's going in the wrong direction, and they're saying, hey, over here. No, wrong direction. Turn around. No, hey, over here. It's right here. You went past it. They're saying that to you. Whoever that is, that's what the Father's saying to you. You heard that in the background. They're talking to their dog, right? Because they're playing around with the ball, and the dog ran past the ball. But nothing is a coincidence. And so that guy yelling out, hey, over here, somebody is facing the wrong way, going the wrong way, heading in the wrong direction. And Spirit saying, hey, over here. Most High is saying, hey, over here. Divine is saying, hey, 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 hey. Look, 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 look. You're about to pass it. Almost gave her Fred Sanford impersonation. You big dummy. It's over here. Right? So, hey, hey, hey. That's what Spirit's trying to do. Is trying to, confirmation. Confirmation the dog's barking. All right? That's what Spirit's saying to somebody. So somebody needs to pay attention. Somebody needs to turn around. Somebody needs to stop going in the direction that they're going in. Because you know that it's leading to hell. You know the people you're associated with are not for your good. You know it for a fact. Break out a list. On the East Coast, it's still fairly early. So, it's later. I'm sorry. Because I'm on the West Coast. It's later. I was going to say it's still early. Grab a pen and paper. You can still grab a pen and paper. But, yeah. So write down some things. Some people, right? Write down some people that you know in your heart. Don't ever show this list to anyone. Right. But if you really want to get serious, about your cord cutting, if you really want to get serious about alleviating the individuals in your life that no longer serve your good, but you keep them around because you guys enjoy drinks together, but they really don't add to your life. Maybe you don't add to their life, right? It's run its course. The ship, whatever ship it was, relationship, intimate ship, associate ship, sex ship, fuck ship, whatever it happened to be, right? Whatever that is, when you know you have to cut it off, right? So those individuals, make a list. Write down the names of the individuals who you know without a doubt, are not good for you. They get you out and doing things that you know you should not be when you should be at home. Maybe taking care of your significant other, spending time with them because they're depleted, because they're wanting time with you. Your children, maybe your children need your time. You help your kids with your homework. Nope, you're going to go out, so you're going to get a babysitter. And that person shows up every time, and every Friday they get you away from your kids, even though you've promised your kids that you're going to spend time with them, even though you promised your significant other that you were going to, right? Those individuals that pull you away from what you truly love and who you truly love and who loves you back, because those individuals do not love you, who pull you away from the things that you love. So those who pull you away from your passions, they don't love you, right? All they're doing is doing to you what you're doing. So you're ignoring those who really need your love and your attention at any whatever given time, right? So you're doing that, and so they're going to help you continue to do that because they're doing that, because you attract what you are. Okay? So with a strong cutoff game, make that list. Make that list. And I don't want you to have any qualms about who's on the list. If your mother needs to be on the list, put her on the list. Your father needs to be, put him on the list. I know my father and mother, the ones that I know they're on that list for me, right? I don't talk to them, right? And I don't need to, right? Until they want to be honest with me, they don't have anything to say to me. Nothing whatsoever. And I'm strong enough to say that. And if they got an issue with it, yeah, they're not saying anything to me because they know. Okay? Because they know. Okay? And these are the people I grew up with or who attempted to raise me, right? And they knew who I was. That's why all the witchcraft's been happening since I was a kid, right? And so those people who come against you, they know who you are. They have a sense of who you are. That's why people come in and they use you, they abuse you. Yep. If you've gone through tumultuous things, you're probably a light worker, star seed, earth angel. You probably are. My dad took my first wife. Then he did witchcraft against me for 40-something years of my life, right? He's a polygamist. I have 16 siblings. I'm the eldest of 17. Kidney transplant due to a rare autoimmune virus on 7/7/17. Your life, I mean, it's been marked. It's just like bam, bam, bam. Despite what the enemy comes against you with, this is how you know you're marked for greatness. This is how you know you're here to fulfill a prophecy. I'm not the only one born on the 333rd day of the year, which is November 29th. I'm not the only one born on 333, right? That's a part of the 144. I don't believe that, right? Because that's a false ego sense of self, right? I would never. That's just not even my mindset. I speak boldly because I know who I am, but I'm not a wrongfully placed pride kind of person. That's not me. And in fact, even when I was low vibration, I was never that way. I was always just an over-loving, nurturing, giving, till I was completely depleted person. I've always been that way. Again, even when I was functioning in low vibration energy, I've always been that way, right? And they knew that. They saw that from the beginning. The mother who's on my birth certificate as my mother, she told me that I had a brother who is 13 months younger than me, and interesting fact, all of the sperm donor women that he was with during his polygamous lifestyle, they all had two children or none. Only one had one in 30-something years. Only one had one. Everybody else had two or none. Some of them had none, and they just continued to have miscarriages. Like my former spouse that he took from me when I was stationed in Germany. She never did give birth to any kids because Most High is not going to honor that. Read biblical stories. You'll find out what happens when a parent decides that he wants to take their child's spouse. There's stories in there. You'll find out, right? They were cursed. They cursed their lineage. They cursed their bloodline. You'll find out, right? Because you can't do shit like that and expect there to not be spiritual consequences. Right? You can't do that and expect there not to be spiritual consequences. I've never sent out spell work to anyone. I've never spoken ill of anyone that did not first send a bullet towards me. And that's the truth. Never. But once you pull the trigger, you better understand what I'm holding in my hand, right? Because you just shot a 50, you just shot a whatever, I was going to say a 57. I don't even know guns. I'm not a gun user. The only time I've ever shot a weapon, and I was an expert rifleman for 8 years, the only time, consistently 38 out of 40, right, in the military. I've never, even after, held a weapon. And before did I ever hold a weapon. right? Never. I've never held a gun, like outside of civilian. I call it a weapon because that's what we're taught to call it. So I still bleed green. Don't blame me. Again, happy Veterans Day. But yeah. So those individuals who come against you, and you are one of the chosen ones, they have no idea of the weaponry you have access to. And the truth is, you might not either. But hopefully things are being illuminated. Perhaps this is the first time you're hearing something like this. But you are here for a purpose and here to fulfill a prophecy, and a unique one. It's just a matter of you recognizing that, and then the things that you are willing to let go of in order to fulfill that prophecy. And people, right? Things and people. Places even, right? Thinking of an old gospel song, and I don't listen to that music much, and if I do, then it definitely has meaning behind it, and it's kind of spiritually inspired, like this song. I'm thinking of I lost it. Oh man. I don't know. But yeah, it was a gospel song that it had the words that I just spoke or something at some point. A phrase of that or something, and I was going to, share that. I don't remember what that song was. Maybe it'll come back to me. But yes, so those individuals that come against you, recognize who you are. Recognize the power that you have been given, that is in most of our cases highly underutilized, if utilized at all. Again, most of us, we are so caught in the rat race of job, pay bills, sleep, wake up, job. Do you know your employer owns you from the moment you wake up, often till the time you lay your head down? Do you know that? And many times even while you sleep, because you go to sleep with work on your mind, especially if you have, or more so, if you have an occupation that requires a lot of responsibility, whether that's personnel or logistically. Right? And so, yeah. So today on 11/11, you find yourself at a crossroads wondering, okay, there are things in my life that need to change, and there are things that I need to release. There are people that I need to cut off. There are whether situations or habits, people, situations or habits, whatever it happens to be, okay? Then know that today is an awesome day to do it, right? Write it down in the journal. On 11/11, I released this. On 11/12, I released this. On 11/13, I released this. On 11/14, I released this. So on and so forth, right? If you do not have a journal, both men and women, I encourage you to start one. Yesterday, I was going through my journal, one of my journals that I started in 2014, and we're coming up on 10 years since that journal was started, and it's amazing. I think the last journal entry of it was maybe 2017, maybe 18, somewhere around there. And so and I don't write in my journals every day. I go days without writing, because if I don't feel a need to write, then obviously I'm not writing just to say my day is good. And yet, if that's what I need to do in order to proclaim that, because maybe it's not in the moment, then I do that. But that's not typical. So yes. So be encouraged and know that today is a great day to launch a new start, even if it's just one step, Even if it's just one step, today is a great day to launch. Yep. Call up and say, Houston, we have liftoff. Right? Liftoff of what? Liftoff of you fulfilling your purposes here, your true divine purposes. Okay? It's not just one, it's many. That's why you're going to meet many people along the way, because there are many purposes. What I've realized about myself, and I like using myself as an example, because I've walked this life more than I've walked any other person's life. And in fact, I've never walked any other's life, right? I can only speak truthfully and honestly 100% about this life. Anything else is just a guess. If I'm talking about someone else, it's a guess, right? Unless I have facts. Okay? So, yeah. So I come out here with my tea, all my little whatever herbs, whatever I put in there. Most of the time it's ginger, turmeric, and lemon. Yes. So anyway, I think that's it, at least for now. Again, I'm definitely enjoying pressing play and then just sharing whatever comes from my heart and spirit as Most High, as Divine Source guides me. But know that you are striking in your own right. You really are. And in the most beautiful way, you are striking. Okay? Clean up the stuff around you. We all have to weed every now and then. You have to weed the garden every now and then. We let the weeds grow, right? But then we take them up, right, at times, because that's necessary. Because otherwise they will choke out your sacral chakra, because you will have sexual relations and you get sexually transmitted diseases or sexually transmitted demons. They're both STDs. You find yourself anxious, right? You're dealing with some ADHD issues because man has labeled you as that. Solar plexus chakra. You need to work on your confidence and your anxiety. You need to work on being powerful and accessing the power that is within you, because you are a supreme being. You are. Okay? So your solar plexus can help with that. Right? And any of these chakra points that I mentioned are all tied to the root chakra. Okay? So first you must ground yourself. Okay? So you can do that a number of ways. You see me? Right? And, right? So my feet on the ground, right? You can walk in the grass or dirt if you choose to, right? Without socks or shoes on. You can get, I didn't bring the stone with me today, I don't think. I actually had it yesterday. And I forget the name of the stone. But it's a red stone, and you can use that for grounding. There's meditation, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 hour, 3 hour, 5 hour, 10 hour meditations on YouTube for all of these chakra points that I always speak of. You can find meditation sessions online, and some of them are guided, so they will actually guide you through the meditation processes, the points and parts of your physical body that you should be focusing on that are the energetic points. There are 114 of them. And some of them are in our bodies, physical bodies, and then some of them, those energetic points, are around us, right? So we have multiple points in our crown chakra that are above the crown chakra. So we have a star chakra, our soul chakra. We have there's several others, right? So again, let's be willing to do the work to bring about the changes that we want to see, not in others, but that we want to see in our own lives, because then we will start to attract those individuals that we are. So, if you're a prostitute, you know a lot of prostitutes. I don't know a prostitute. Why? Because I'm not a prostitute. Okay? I don't know not one drug dealer, not a one. Why? Because I'm not a drug dealer. I don't roll in those circles, and I'm not a drug user, right? So, evaluate. Today is good to evaluate, right? It's a beautiful day here. Hopefully it's where you are. There's literally not a star in the sky. There's plenty of stars in the sky. There's not a cloud anywhere. It's gorgeous, beautiful. So I hope your day is the same regardless if you're dealing with snow. It's that time of the year in many places around the world. If you're dealing with snow, yeah, hopefully it's still beautiful. I know it can be beautiful before it gets all slushy and dirty and covered in exhaust fumes and all that stuff, whatever, right? Yeah. Hope your day is going good. Your Saturday is going well, and you are prosperous, and you are fulfilling the things that you know today to fulfill. And you are doing those things, and you are doing them with excellence, and you are doing them with honor. Okay? You've been tuned into tuned into The Encourager. My name is Nehru, and again, happy Veterans Day to all of those men and women who honorably serve, voluntarily or you were drafted. Thank you so much. Your service from this veteran to you does not go unappreciated. I honor you again today for your service, your dedication, and hopefully I'm not the only one that honors you today. Our military veterans are so underserved. It's comical. At some point, my desire is to actually do some nonprofit organization that is focused on our veterans. And I don't know what that would be. I don't know if that would be a transportation company specifically for veterans. I don't know if that would be an organization that helps veterans with their benefits. I have no idea what that would look like. But I know that that's something that's in me to do one day. And so again, thank you for your service. From this veteran, there's love. Enjoy your day, again, and be encouraged as always.